Alright guys, let's get started. I'm going to be showing you how to put together a custom center console. That's the drawing I made to plan it out. This is the car before we started. Just a couple more pictures so you guys can get a proper look at what the car looked like before we started. If you guys don't already know, this is a 74 Porsche 914. It's a race car. It's got an LS6. Alright, so let's get started on the shifter surround piece. The stock one doesn't fit because it's too small, so first thing we did is we drew out a rough sketch of what we wanted to make. Then we kind of sharpened up the sketch so we can get a better idea. Then we got a piece of cardboard and made a little mock shifter surround so we can customize it and make it how we want it. Test fit it in the car. We liked how it was, so yeah, just more views of what it looked like. We wanted a curve because it kind of matched the curve of the glove box. There's the aluminum we used. Started with the flat piece, used hammers and axle sockets to hammer out the curves. Put it together, there it is in the car. Well, before modifying it. So it fit nicely, looked good, so we moved on to just kind of shaping it more. There it was when we put the thing around it so it didn't cut the nice leather boot. And we riveted the sides, that way it wouldn't flex in when there was pressure on it. Then we used, there's that, 1 second, weather stripping and double-sided tape to kind of fill in the gaps because they did kind of dip in. So we used weather stripping and tape like I said, and then a knife to kind of shape it. That way when you put the black leather over it, it was nice and smooth. So first thing we did is kind of wrap it around loosely with tape, that way we got the right size, and then trim it so that's the right size. Then we started gluing it and clamping it so it would stay. Put a weight in the middle so that you could see the circle evidently. Then we cut slits, that way we could stretch the center around. Here you could better see the slits. And then once the slits were glued and pulled back, we used clamps to hold them. And while that was out of the way, we started on the center gauge cluster, which was going to have 2 air fuel gauges, an oil temp, and oil pressure. There's the first drawing of what we wanted it to look like, but then we realized we needed 4 gauges, so I redrew it. Then we made it out of cardboard, as you can see. Here's another view of what it looked like with cardboard. And then we got a piece of plywood, planned it out, drew in and kind of planned where we wanted the gauges to be. And then we used a hole saw and cut them out. As you guys will see in a second, right here, we didn't put anything behind it, so it blew out the back. I recommend that you put another piece of wood behind it. It looks fine from the front though. A little bit off center, but like I said, it's a race car, it doesn't matter. Here we test fit the 2 air fuel gauges at the top. Test fit the 2 water temp and oil gauge at the bottom. Then we wrapped it in orange leather. As you'll see in a second, that's test fitted in the car. Wrap it in orange leather. That's in the kitchen, kind of how it looks together. And then what we realized after we put it in the car is that you can still see the tunnel but on the sides, so we just wrapped the tunnel in vinyl. The same vinyl we used for the shifter surround. There it is back together. You can see it's all black, nothing showing on the sides. And here's some pictures coming up of the finished cluster with the shifter surround. And I think it looks really good. It still needs a little bit of work because the center piece is higher than the sides, but for now this is good. So hope you guys enjoyed everything that was here. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time.